Good morning, everyone. Today is Monday, November 24th. Um, Welcome to Nakut World Inclusion. I'm your host, Sean Ferguson. For today's message, we're going to be talking about um, Birgitte having a rare condition called arthrogryphy. It's just basically a rare condition where she can't, where her leg is bent up and it's stiffness. But before we go to that message, please subscribe to my channel, click the notification, click the like button. It will really help with the algorithm. I only got like 336 subscribers, so I need at least 200 more subscribers in order for me to like be on the membership team where I could get paid off of the YouTube. Um, but for today's verse, I'm gonna go over Proverbs 15:32, and then we're just gonna go to the video. So th- I got this from the Bible, and for people who I'll say for people who don't know this verse, I actually put in two on my two of the project, or not project, but two of my what was it device. So I have like two different answers, but anyways, whichever one works. But I'm gonna give you this verse. So in Proverbs 15:32 and New Living Translation, it says, "Those who disregard discipline despise themselves, but the one who who heeds corrections gains understanding." It basically means that you you ignore guidance or corrections can actually harm you, but while listening and learning from it helps you to grow in wisdom. And I could go further. So, and further, if you reject discipline, of course, you only harm yourself. Really, what that actually really means is when we ignore advice or refuse to accept corrections, we miss out on lessons that could help us improve in the long run. It's like turning away from a warning sign and walking into danger, anyways. That'd be a pretty good example. Um, but if you listen to corrections, you grow in understanding, which means that when we accept feedback or correction with an open heart, we become wiser. It shows humility and a desires to become better, both in character and in how we live. So it just really means that we grow in wisdom and we become wiser and we get better feedback and so on and so forth. So that's what it really means. I hope you write this note down. I hope this will help you guys um, in the long run, especially for people in the special needs community. This is my good verse for you guys. Um, I just hope that you take that all in and you just chew on it and just meditate it, you know, and so on and so forth. Now, we will go to the video um, of Birgitte's story. Um, Here's this very beautiful video. Just tell me what you guys think about this video.
Folded in half. Doctors performed multiple surgeries to help me walk, but they all failed. My mom got suggested that she could take me to therapeutic riding.
I have only been worried about you being on a horse the time you was getting hurt in the competition.
In 2016, I got my first concussion. A year and a half later, I was in a small car accident. I now have a brain injury that affects me every day, and I haven't been on a horse since last year. Today, my assistant Tia is going to help me get back on the horse. It's been such a long time, so I'm really nervous. There's a lot of things that can go wrong.
Okay, just breathe for a little bit.
I have a rare condition called arthrogryposis, and that means that many of my joints are stiff and bent, and that I have less muscles in my body. It affects me from the spine and down. I have a curved spine and stiff spine, and I have stiff pelvis, hips, knees, ankles, but not in my arms. So I can do many things by myself. Scrambled eggs it is. I'm better at riding than cooking, so I don't know what I'm doing here, but on the horse, I know what I'm supposed to do. This is the confession of a Paralympian. When I was born, I looked a little bit different than I look like now, because my spine wasn't so curved like it is now, but my legs were very folded. This is the day I was born?
Yes. You was only 30 centimeters.
Yeah,
So
because my knees were under my armpits.
yes.
And I couldn't straighten my legs.
No, it was not possible. It was so stiff.
I've had 5 surgeries on my legs, and it started, the first one, I was only 2 days old.
At this point, you was a bit over 2 months. Look how small your feet are. And this one is on your birthday when it was 1 year.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. This one is to stretch your knees.
All this was to make me be able to walk.
Yes.
When I was 7 years old, I had a surgery on my back. I had a spine rod with 7 screws inside me. And when I was around 12 years old, they discovered that my rod was broken in half. They were worried that if they did something, it could get a lot worse and I could get paralysis. So it's still inside me, broken in half. This is the x-ray from when I was a teenager. You can see where the rod is broken in half here. I had a lot of physiotherapy. I hated it because it was a lot of pain. So my mom got suggested that she could take me to therapeutic riding, where you ride on a horse and there is a physiotherapist there. So I was doing therapeutic riding to 19 years old when I was focusing more on dressage. Norway is a very small country, and disabled dressage riders, we are very few. So I was just a guest on the national team in the Nordic Championship, and I actually won that. And then I won the national championship. Then I was a regular member of the national team. So it went really, really quickly.
I have only been worried about you being on a horse the time you was getting hurt in the competition.
Yeah, when I got a whiplash.
Yes.
In 2016, I got my first concussion walking like a little big step. It took a really big step. And then because my spine is completely stiff, all the movement came out in my neck. So I did have a whiplash. And I was so dizzy and I almost fainted. I managed to complete my test and qualify for the Paralympics. But when I got home, we understood that I actually got a concussion. So here's a lot from Paralympics in Rio. It says that I've participated in the Paralympics. This is our start number. We were number 19. A year and a half later, after my first concussion, I was in a small car accident. I had seat belts on, but my neck and head was tossed around in the car. This resulted that I got persistent concussion symptoms. It feels like you have a concussion at all times. And this is now 8 years old. When I got my brain injury, I had to stop doing dressage, and that was really tough in the beginning. I was very, very sick, so I had to lay in a dark room with no noise at all time. I couldn't even listen to a podcast or a book or music. That was the first time I really felt disabled, because I couldn't do anything. It was a dark time, but I'm luckily better now, not completely recovered, but I'm on the road to recovery 100%. Today, my assistant Thea is going to help me get back on the horse first time in a year. How are you?
I'm good. Are you ready?
Yes, I just have to change my clothes and then I'm ready. I met Thea when she applied for being my assistant, and I actually knew who she was because we had the horses at the same stable, so I hired her.
Ready?
Yes. Thea helps me with everyday daily tasks, and she also helped me in the stable, and it's her horse that I'm going to ride later.
With her brain injury symptoms, she gets dizzy a lot, and also her balance has made it a little bit uncomfortable for her. So being on top of a big horse, that has proven quite a challenge. It makes me sad to see that she used to be able to do this, and she's struggling to get back into that comfortable space that she used to be.
So this is Carly, and she's my assistant Thea's horse.
She is basically retired from the competing life, but she has been a very good horse for Birgitte to use in her para riding.
This is my very special made, custom made saddle. Here is the strap. I'm under here and have my legs out here. They warmed up plastic and shaped around me and 3D printed it. And I have 2 whips instead of my legs. Now that she took the saddle on, I was like, oh, has she always been so tall? Getting more and more anxious now. It's always a risk to be on a horse because they are living animals. You never know what they're going to do. It's been such a long time, so I'm really nervous. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. Oh, got her.
Good. Just breathe for a little bit.
Yep.
Are you ready to go for a little bit? Should I lead her and then you just hold on?
Yeah, we can take a big turn.
Yeah. You ready?
Yes. This is the brain injury passenger walk.
Yeah. Do you think you would fall off if you tried to trot?
Yeah. No, I don't think I will fall off, but it will be not very pleasant for any of us.
You will probably get very dizzy.
Yeah, I will get very dizzy.
Yeah.
I started to post my riding on social media. It started with only horse content, but I also expanded it to talk a little bit about my disability. 98% of the comments are positive. I, of course, get some negative comments.
I'm disabled. Of course, people are asking what's wrong with my legs.
Some are commenting that it's too dangerous for me to ride. And it's one thing I hate. It's when people are telling me what's dangerous for me to do, because I always just try to do stuff and see if I can do it.
Good job. For the both of you.
Yeah. My advice to a young person with a similar condition is not to be afraid of just try new things. When I look back at my life, I have been through a lot, but I also achieve a lot. By sharing my story, I hope that people see that even if you are disabled or any other limit, you can still achieve a lot.
She doesn't really care about her limitations as much, more about her possibilities and opportunities, and I think everybody has to learn from that.
What I hope people take from my story is to never give up, and don't let other people tell you what you cannot do, and you should be the one that know your own limits. Nothing is impossible.
I would say that is a great story to hear. A very fantastic story to hear. I would say right on, Birgitte. Don't give up on your dreams. You know, that's pretty much all I'll be saying. But anyways, you know, I know right behind me you see the window and all the trees and everything. Yeah, I did move into our new house, so I'm very happy that we got our own house, and you know everything looks good. I like the view, and everything else. So, um, very fortunate. Um, I do apologize that I was not on the YouTube channel within a few weeks. And it's because I'm dealing with moving and cleaning and everything else, and it's just going crazy. So I'll make this up to you guys. So for 3 days straight, Monday through Wednesday, I'm gonna go ahead and do the YouTube channel. I might do it twice a day, um, but I'm just gonna bring in a lot of stories and so on and so forth, so that you guys can have a look at them and then go on and and do your thing. But anyways, um, so as you know, Birgitte has what is called, or has a rare condition where what is called arthrogryposis. Arthrogryposis terminology is difficult to pronounce, but I'm doing the best I can. So, uh, basically, what it actually means is it means that um, it is a condition where a person is born with multiple joint contractures, meaning several joints are stiff or fixed in one position, or basically it gets stuck in one position. It's non-progressive. It usually means it doesn't necessarily get worse over time. Um, it's rare. About 1 in 3,000 to 5,000 uh, live in births are born with it. Um, the causes of this rare condition, one major factor is reduced movement in the womb. When a fetus doesn't move much, connective tissues can build up around the joints, leading to stiffness. It can come from different underlying causes, which is neurological, muscle, and genetic. Basically, neurological is the nerve related issues, muscle problems, or underdeveloped genetics conditions. There are many different types of arthrogryposis. External factors during pregnancy, like low amniotic fluid or limited space in the uterus, can cause it to happen. Um, the symptoms of this rare condition: stiff joints in multiple places, arms, legs, hands, feet, sometimes even the spine or jaw. Underdeveloped or weak muscles around those joints, because the joints can be stuck. Either bent or straight movement is very limited. Um, in many cases, intelligence is not affected. Many people with arthrogryposis have typical cognitive ability. Basically, it just means that um, they are mentally smart. They are mentally intelligent. They're just physically, uh, they're physically handicapped. It's basically what it means. Um, how's diagnosis and treated? Often right at birth, because the contractures are obvious. Doctors may use physical exams and imagine like x-rays, and sometimes genetic testing. The treatment, there's no cure, but many things can help. Physical therapy and occupational therapy are common to stretch and strengthen joints. Splinting or casting to help maintain or improve joint positioning. In some cases, surgery is done to correct joint position. Sometimes that could help. But overall, there's no cure for like bent joints and things of that nature, which is very difficult. All right. The outlook, the condition doesn't typically worsens over time. With early therapy and treatment, many people with arthrogryposis can improve their movement and function. Many individuals lead full productive lives, like this lady does. And the greatest part about her is that she's in the Paralympics doing her thing. And I'm just proud of that, that God gave her a gift where she can perform her abilities out in the Olympics, or as they call it, Paralympics. That's wonderful. Let's see. Arthrogryposis is a condition that babies are born with, where two or more joints are stiff or fixed in one position. So I'll give you guys a clear breakdown. The key points, of course, is non-progressive. The stiffness doesn't usually get worse over time, as you notice. Can involve multiple joints affected, can involve arms, leg, hand, feet, and sometimes the spine, jaw, and of course everything else. So I'm gonna give you guys the 5 different types of arthrogryposis. So the first one, most common type, is amyoplasia. Basically, these are the different types of arthrogryposis and how they can vary. What it is the classic form of arthrogryposis, joints affected, often with arms bent at the elbows and legs and a frog-like position, as you saw in that video. I know it's kind of crazy. Actually, I would say she could put on a scary outfit and just walk that way, and she could probably scare people that way. I think that would be really funny during Halloween, but it's just it's crazy. Let's see, muscles very undeveloped. The cause is mostly unknown, thought to happen during fetal development. Movement is limited. Prognosis with therapy and sometimes surgery, many people can walk and use their arms effectively. The second one is distal arthrogryposis. Really what it is primarily affects the hands, feet, wrists, and ankles. Joints affected, fingers may be stiffed or curved, toes may overlap or bend. Cause often genetics, sometimes runs in a family. Prognosis usually milder than the other types. People often have normal strength and function in larger joints. The third type of arthrogryposis is syndromic arthrogryposis. Basically what it is it occurs as part of a broader syndrome, meaning there are other health issues besides stiff joints. Other features can include heart problems, facial differences, or neurological issues depending on the syndrome. The cause, often genetics mutations affecting multiple systems. Um, Prognosis varies widely depending on the syndrome and other complications. The fourth type is neuromuscular arthrogryposis. Uh, Basically, what it is joint stiffness caused by problems in the nerves or muscles. The cause of it is nerve or muscle doesn't work correctly, so joints don't move normally in the womb. Prognosis, it just depends on the underlying neuromuscular problems. Some can improve with therapy, others may have ongoing challenges, and then, of course, you have arthrogryposis. So, I would say those are the five types. Um, but I would say this in this story, it doesn't stop her from achieving her goals. You know, she got to her goals, and we all have disabilities. Every one of us has disabilities and flaws. Sometimes we see it, sometimes we don't. Um, for Birgitte, yes, we do see a disability in her. However, it still wouldn't stop her, stop her from achieving her dreams. And the greatest part is that, God is using her. God is using her in mysterious ways, to reach out to the people who need it the most. And I would say I'm very proud of her. I'm proud of her, of what she is doing. And man, I would say this is a great story to hear, you know, and so on and so forth. And as you know, of course, I too have a disability, and all of you guys know that I have autism and ADHD and Tourette's syndrome. But it still doesn't stop me from reaching out to other special needs community and just spread the gospel to them. So, anyways, I'm going to do things a little bit differently. Normally, I would say I would say thank you very much. Thank you for watching this video. But I'm going to go ahead and start off with a end prayer. I'm going to pray, and then I will end this video. So that's the only difference that I'm gonna do. I'll be bringing in bringing in the verse in the beginning of the video, and then I will go ahead and pray at the end of the video. So I'm gonna start off with prayer. All right, dear Heavenly Father, I just pray for this day. I just want to thank you for giving Birgitte a story to tell. Thank you for sharing her video to show other people, what she's capable of, and that she's not a mistake, and she is your glory. I just pray that you keep everyone safe, and Lord, I just also pray for the people who is not saved, and who didn't hear the gospel. I just want you to reach out to them and help them to understand um, what you are about. And I just wanted to say thank you for uh, giving her and everyone else who has special needs or who has a disability a story. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right, guys. I just want to say thank you for watching this video. I just want you to take care, give care, and happy Thanksgiving.